In this episode, I'm going to try and replace our current power system with a new one and be able to use the rails to do it. Hey! How's it going? And Happy New Year! Welcome back to MyRail in 2019. So in the last episode, we worked on getting a funky locomotion elevator working in the building that I'm currently standing in. And unfortunately, it wasn't working very well. Turns out, it's a mod I've added manually to this pack for recording purposes and not an issue with the pack. So you can build the elevator, although you still have that dropping through the floor problem that we were experiencing in the last episode. However, let's get started. Okay, so we're here in the Waterview Station building, where I was originally going to put the elevator, and you can see we've now got an elevator here. I have got out of order signs on these because I have to remind myself not to use the elevator. We can probably go into here, but we can't open it. And it'll open. We can go in here, we've got our floor control system, we can press our floors, and everything works except for one critical piece of detail. If we jump down to the bottom floor here, we've got our elevator maintenance area, which you can see the shaft goes all the way up the top and all the way down. Well, we're on the last floor it will go to, but you can see it's all set up. We've got all the doors in, and all the redstone, and of course the computer. Even the segment display is in here. So you can see it's currently on floor 5, which is what the computer is currently telling us it's on. The only thing that is not currently set up, if we hit up here, we all go up to here. The only thing I haven't put in is all the funky locomotion blocks. So the stuff that was previously here is no longer there, just so I don't accidentally press a button and have the whole world crash on me again. Not a good thing to happen, because the only solution is then to remove the mod and re-add it. But if you guys want to download this map when it's available, you will need to add those in, but otherwise it should work perfectly well. You can also see I've added some platforms in, just so to be able to access each of the floors. However, what I'm going to do now though, is I'm going to jump off and find a place to put what we're going to work on today, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we're just over here from spawn, where there's a nice little plains area which I thought would be perfect for what we're planning on doing today, which is to build up a canola farm and process it into oil, or into canola oil, and make it into power, because the mechanism stuff that we've currently got is really laggy. In fact, I think it's what's slowing down my game, and if you've actually downloaded this world, you would have noticed that I've just broken it and stuck a creative source there. So I do want to get rid of that, because the idea of this is anything in here should have been able to be managed or accessible in survival. So what we'll do is, I'm thinking down here, we're going to add a bit of canola farm first. And to do that, we're going to need to till our land. Just do a 3x3 right at the moment. Put down some seeds. Actually, that one, we'll put down a worm there so we can keep the area hydrated. Hopefully. One there. And this one here as well, mate. Come on. Go. Anytime now. There we go. Right, so there's a 3x3. We can run some glass on top of this. It's just greenhouse glass. And that should hopefully speed up the production. It should speed up the production of how fast it goes. And now, of course, if we go into here, I've already prepared a farmer, which is basically it'll farm the area around it. We'll just go over here and place it there. The big square side needs to be facing towards your farm. Of course, we'll put that back. And it needs power. So I was thinking, because we are trying to be a little more greener than burning coal, we could start off this whole thing by burning some coal. But since we've got canola seeds in our inventory, we could probably put in one of these bioreactors from Actually Additions. Probably about here, yep. And this here, if we give it, say, canola seeds, it'll produce power. Now, since we're farming canola, we're going to get canola seeds, so it'll make a bit of a round circle for us to actually make stuff. Of course, we will need to give this power. Is it in the configurator? Now, I did, of course, say that I didn't want to use the mechanism stuff, but the cables are actually the only thing I've got in the pack, and they're not really the leggy thing. It's really the generators that seem to be the problem. So we're going to just make that extract from. It looks there you go. That looks like it's working. And give it some seeds to work off as well. Is it getting power? It is getting power. Not a lot. Let's grab half of those. Stick them over here. Into there. Should generate some power. Okay. Sounds like it's tilling in the land, which is cool. And those guys are growing. So what I might actually do, if this guy, grab some bone meal as well, I think. Some bone meal in there. We'll just grow some of these guys up. Can we grow them up? Looks like we can. That went a bit faster than I wanted. Sure, will it break? What happens when it breaks it? I think we might need more power than we've currently got. So let's grab over here. Let's make this guy a bit bigger, I suppose. Cables, like that. Hopefully in the end though, of course, this will all turn into a nice round circle, and that will be generating enough seeds that we can reburn them in here. We will need to, of course, give all these as something to eat. So let's get apples now. You can have some apples. You can have some apples, and you can have some apples. Now, of course, if they haven't used these before, what they do is they burn any form of biomaterial, and they'll convert them to RF or Tesla. And hopefully that will give us a bit more power. Looks like it's a bit faster. Has actually picked up any canola though. Doesn't look like it yet. It's still tilling the land. And of course we're going to have to put in some worms, but I just want to make sure this plan works before we do too much more. And get an idea on the size. Okay, so it looks like that might be the size. Looks like probably about a 9 by 9. One thing is we'll put a whole bunch of greenhouse glass around here. Maybe, I know this won't be overly useful since it's going to be, it's not going to actually heat anything, but hey, it'll work. We'll go 3 up that way. But it will make at least something that looks like a greenhouse. Extra piece there, hasn't been done. And then I'm thinking we'll go 1 out from here. So at this point, it doesn't matter how high the glass actually is. You can have it right at build limit, and it won't matter. And as long as it is clear next to down to the plant and clear of the sun, you should be able to place it. So in theory, we can make a nice, pretty looking greenhouse. So we'll go something like this, maybe. Too far. Another one. What would that look over here? Are we going to meet? If I do one there, one there, one there. Somehow, oh, I've missed one. Do that. Yes, they will meet. Cool. We'll go maybe one in there. Or do we go up one from there? I think we might go up one from there actually. like that. I think that should look right. So just bring that back to this way. And then that'll give us something that hopefully looks a bit more like a greenhouse while still using the greenhouse glass. Let's just see what this looks like though once it's all placed in there. And you can also see it started to place the canola seeds that it has available. Place this there. I think it needs something else. What kind of woods have we got? Wood. The birch would look alright there, maybe? We go something like this, just to give it a bit of strengthening. Something like that. I kind of like that. That would look better. That looks alright. We grab, fill that in as well, so it looks like a greenhouse. Along there. Along there. And around there, there, and there. Oh, now that, I like that. We put a door down. Birch. Come back and do that in a second. Birch. Door. I like that. You know what, that one thing I don't like is put some sand along here. There. There. That thing is fast enough to keep up on it. We need to put some worms in as well. So if we go into here, take up this lot. We'll put in a worm there. Yes. Okay. And that should cover that. We'll put one there, and the same on this side. There and there. That should keep it hydrated. And we'll also place some glass along here as well. Pretty much the same as on the other side, except we won't have a door on this one. Something like this. No, I'm building on camera. It's always a great idea, but it seems to be working. Like that, and then we'll put our birch in along the edge of that sand. Where did our birch go? Birch wood. There, and up there, there. I think we actually put up one from there. And then down here like this. How does that look? That's not too shabby actually, that looks really quite nice. Be nice if we had more power. How is this guy going? Oh, we've got some canola. Okay, well, let's move on to the next thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to make a whole bunch more of these. I think actually having separate greenhouses would actually look really quite nice, wouldn't it? What I'll do is I'll do that off camera. We're going to grab, maybe have some form of item transport to get it out of here. So let's grab a logistics pipe. These guys. There. And then we'll run that. The question is, do we run... You have to let me know in the comments. Do we run the squeezing process, which comes from these guys, here? Or do we ship these off to another location, which then gets squeezed, and then gets converted to a fluid and sent somewhere else? I'm just going to set it up here for now, and we can always work that out later. So we might put that over here, like that. If it even places it, there it is. And we'll, whoops. Something like that maybe. And then I will grab a squeezer. Squeezer? Is it called squeezer? No. Press. How are all those got press in them? There is canola press. We can place one of those. Probably place them about here for now. Yeah, 2. We'll do 2. It's hot. It's really hot here in New Zealand. Place that there. And we will run a... extract those out, I think. And then up here. Looks like we might need power as well. But we'll take that out of there. Pull. Cool. They go into here. V3. Okay, that's not quite right. But if we run power into this and see what happens anyway, so power. Here you guys. Power cable along there. And then that should produce. Okay, so it's got power and it's making canola oil. Cool. Very slowly. But these guys here are still... Oh, they're out of fuel. All that guy's out of fuel. I'm just about out of fuel on the other one, so... Let's grab some apples. Stick it in there as well. And hopefully that'll power this guy. Yeah, he's got power. That's cool. Doesn't have anything in there. This guy's got canola oil. Cool. So then what we're going to do is we'll grab the canola oil, and I'm thinking this will be something we definitely ship off. This will be, so these guys here are our farmers. They make up the canola. Whether they ship it off or they sell it off, someone else presses it and ships it off again, or they press it here and then ship it off, and I can move it out if needed. But of course we've now got our canola oil, so if we go ourselves, I think it's a mechanical pipe now, but mechanical pipe. These guys, we should be able to take out the liquid from these. There it is, look at that, we've got canola oil. Run that along here. And we'll run this into oil generator. Like that, and it looks like, oh look, that's a nice little amount of power. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll run another one there. There's not a lot currently, but of course for now, just for now, I'm going to run, in theory of course that's, oh look at the power, cool. Okay, so let's run some cable along here and just speed up our production along here. Really, piece of grass. Along here. At some point that might catch up. All the way along here. Join it up into there. And now, of course, it's fueling itself. Hopefully we'll speed things up a bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some more of these. And hopefully that will give us more power and more canola to work on. And I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've made 6 of the greenhouses here, and we're now producing quite a bit of canola, and also canola seeds. We're now got excess, so they're being cooked up in the big bioreactors here. We choose this one here. You see we've got 15 sitting there already, which of course is producing a little bit of power. Obviously at the moment we've still got these guys running, but we should be at the point where we can just about stop it. Now I have been thinking about how we handle the canola itself, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to ship this off. That will give us a lot more room here if we need to expand it, but it'll also let us have a big factory with a whole bunch of presses and the fermenting equipment so that we can actually go to the full power of canola. Because of course currently just plain old canola only gives you 40 arrows per tick. But if we go right up to the full thing, we can get about 300, 400 arrows per tick. So we'll probably do a lot of that processing off-site, and if we need to expand our production to handle the load in the future, it'll give us room here to be able to expand out with the number. Now you can see, of course, that what I've actually done is I've got the 6 of them with all the each of the entrances are mirroring each other, but otherwise they're pretty much the same, except, well, it's pretty much exactly the same. What I have done, of course, is I just tidied the cable work, and we can go down here, and you can see that all the cabling is down here. I've got one of these annoying things here, so it will sort out the canola and keep it evenly distributed. Because otherwise what happens is it just picks the first bioreactor and just puts them all in. And of course the bioreactor will only use one at a time, so it doesn't actually produce anything. So with it, even though it's clicking annoyingly, it will end up providing each bioreactor with enough to do what it needs. And you can see that we had a quick piece of seeds here which is instantly sent off. And we've just about got a full chest already of canola sitting there, which is quite cool. If we go around here, you can just see that I just tied it up, and I've got this little access way. So you can see here, as an example, we've got the ultimate cable in there, and I think actually I don't know if anybody picked it up, but I used basic cables, which wasn't producing anywhere what we needed for the farmers to run, so I upgraded all those to ultimate cables. They go up there along with the logistical transporters, and it's the same on every single side, including the other side. In the next episode we're going to work on the fermenting and other processes to increase the output. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the episode here. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a comment telling me what you enjoyed and what you found interesting about it. And new to the channel and like Open Computers or Railcraft or any of that other stuff, hit that subscribe button. But otherwise, have a great day and see ya!